Today I want to talk about anxiety. A lot of people have a super fucking huge stigma about this, and a lot of people overreact to this normal human emotion by setting it up as a condition and something that just goes really to an extreme. So, there's a few things that I wanted to just kind of get on the same page about before diving right into this video. So, if you have any emotion, you can create that emotion chronically. And what I mean by that is in your brain, there are neural pathways. And what a neural pathway is your brain is similar to a forest. So if you're walking down one trail and you're always going down the same trail, you're going to eventually create a path. Same in your brain. So with this concept, what happens is you get into habits of certain emotions. So you can get into the habit of being happy, you can get into the habit of becoming mad, and then you have different triggers for that. So some people get into the habit of being anxious, and I wanted to bring up from a training and lifestyle point of view why this is happening. So in the first place, if you have an excess of carbs is one of the 3 macronutrients. They are known as quick fuel. So carbs are what we burn first and then we go to fat, but these are 2 sources of energy, and then protein is your building blocks for muscle. So if you have an excess of carbs in your system, you have an excess of energy, you're going to be feeling this feeling that can be categorized as excitement or very easily confused as anxiety. The next time that you are feeling this feeling of anxiety, try putting yourself through a rigorous workout and burning off your excess carbs. Or let's say you're going to an event. Try telling yourself that instead of anxiety that you're feeling, it is excitement. And watch how easy, if you actually believe it, watch how easy it is for you to change that emotion of anxiety into excitement for whatever is about to occur. I've done this a ton. I've done speaking engagements when I was going through school, all the way up, like literally super, super small, all the way up until high school and in university. And before I would do a public speaking engagement, I would tell myself that I wasn't feeling anxious, I was actually feeling excited. And just the repetition of me telling myself that, it became true. And then next thing I know, I fell in love with public speaking. I fell in love with talking to people and really just loved it because I told myself that I wasn't feeling anxious about it. Instead, I was excited. And when you start doing this with yourself, you're going to notice how easy it is to change around those emotions. At the end of the day, anxiety is a buildup of energy, and if you use that energy either through a workout or just facing the event that's right in front of you and channeling your energy, you're going to notice that you can get rid of it very easily. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, so you have to channel it into something. So if you channel it into a crazy workout, trust me, you're never going to be like, oh my God, I feel so anxious after a crazy workout. No, you're fucking depleted. You're tired as hell. You should be exhausted. You're never going to be like, man, I really feel anxious right now. It's just not true. The reason that I wanted to bring this up is because lately I've been noticing myself get into certain patterns and certain habits that bring a small amount of this feeling back. Before in my life, I actually was diagnosed with ADHD, OCD, depression, and anxiety. And all of these things together literally were stopping me from doing anything and everything. I stopped going to school. I started failing classes. I was locking myself away from everyone, isolating myself. I was plagued with just even social anxieties. I didn't want to talk to people as much anymore. I felt depressed, so I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to take care of myself. I didn't even want to go to work. There were some days where I would call in sick. It was really like, it just stopped me from living. It just put a stop to me. And I felt like there was something wrong with me. When I was at work, I couldn't pay attention to my clients. I was all over the place. My brain was doing all of these things. I wanted to just end it right there. I was like, you know what? Get me the fuck off this planet. Like, I'm just done. I attempted suicide multiple times, and it was terrible. It was a really dark space. But being there and now being where I am, I can tell you that there are certain things that we believe about our situation when we're in the situation. So if I would have met myself now and talked to myself then, there were probably some things that me now would say to that other person and they would disagree with. And that's totally fine if you don't see eye to eye with me. There's levels to enlightenment. There's levels to understanding. So my main 2 points that I want you to take away from this is that it is possible to get out of the situation that you're in because people aren't that different. The only thing that makes us different are our habits, but we're all alike. We're all one. It's the first universal law. It's the law of divine oneness. So if you can take advice from me, having been in that position and haven't gotten out, there are little nuggets of wisdom that I'm able to share with you that will definitely help you. And second piece of advice that I want you to take from this video is channel that energy. If you have been blessed enough to have that energy, if you're feeling anxious, channel it towards something. Put it in a workout or put it in an event. Normally, this is how I would recommend it. If you're feeling anxious from an event, channel it into the event. But if you're just feeling anxious, then dive right into a workout. And you're going to see that energy literally flow into an activity and it will leave you alone.